The first thing I noticed was the way my son chewed. He always chews slowly when he's thinking. At the barbecue, he was halfway through a bite of grilled chicken when my sister laughed and said, "Your son will always need help." She said it lightly. Like it was obvious, like it was affectionate, but there was a weight under it. He stopped chewing. It wasn't dramatic. He didn't look up. He didn't frown. His fork just hovered above the plate, suspended in that small space where a child decides whether something said about him is true. I felt it land before anyone else did. My sister went on eating, satisfied with the rhythm of the moment. Around us, the usual soundtrack continued, uncles arguing about politics, cousins running through the yard, my mother moving plates around like she could rearrange tension if she worked fast enough. This is how it's always been. Comments disguised as jokes. Comparisons presented as concern. Whoever absorbs it quietly is considered mature. I've been the quiet one for years. My son struggles with certain things. He processes slowly. He asks more questions. He needs explanations repeated sometimes. He is not incapable, he is deliberate. But in my family, speed equals intelligence. Loud equals confidence. Assistance equals weakness. My sister has 3 children, all loud, all fast, all impressive in the ways our family knows how to applaud. She laughed again, still chewing. I mean, you'll always be helping him, right? And I watched my son lower his fork to the plate. There are moments when you feel your own childhood pressing against your ribs. I knew that feeling. The one where you pretend not to care so the adults can stay comfortable. I heard my mother's voice before I even spoke. "Please don't," she whispered. She wasn't talking to my sister. She was talking to me. Because I've broken pattern before, and breaking pattern embarrasses people who've survived by maintaining it. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't even turn fully toward my sister. I just said evenly, like how your kids need my help every day. She stopped mid-bite. It wasn't clever. It wasn't loud. It was simply placed where her sentence had been. The table shifted. Not with noise, with attention. My sister blinked. "That's different." I asked. I wasn't smiling, but I wasn't angry either. That's what unsettled her. Her oldest son needs tutoring in math. I arrange it. Her middle child struggled with anxiety last year. I found the therapist. Her youngest was nearly suspended. I intervened with the school because I knew someone on the board. I've never mentioned it, not once, because help in our family is meant to flow downward quietly, not sideways. Not upward. My mother set a plate down harder than necessary. "We're just joking," she said quickly. There it was again, the invitation to smooth it over. My son hadn't resumed eating. I looked at him and then back at my sister. "He's allowed to need help," I said. "Everyone here does. No speeches, no accusations. Just that my sister shifted in her chair. I didn't mean anything by it. I know," I said. And I did. That was the problem. She didn't mean harm. She meant hierarchy. For a moment, no one spoke. The smoke from the grill drifted between us like something physical. Then her husband cleared his throat. He is not dramatic. He rarely enters family tension, but he's practical. And he's relied on me more than once when things felt unmanageable. "She's right," he said quietly. "We've needed a lot of help, not sarcastic, not defensive, just factual." My sister looked at him, startled. He continued. "We wouldn't have handled last year without her." He didn't elaborate. He didn't need to. There is something undeniable about a calm acknowledgement spoken without performance. It shifts the room differently than confrontation ever could. My mother stopped moving. My sister's shoulders dropped, almost imperceptibly. No apology came. I didn't expect one. I turned back to my son. "Your food's getting cold," I said gently. He looked at me for a second, searching, not for permission, for confirmation. Then he picked up his fork and started eating again. The barbecue resumed. Conversations restarted, softer at first. Laughter returned eventually, but it didn't circle back to him. Something had been named, not exploded, named. Later, when I was packing leftovers into containers, my mother came to stand beside me. "You don't have to make everything heavy," she said, but there was less conviction in it than before. "I'm not," I replied. "I just don't want him thinking needing help makes him less." She didn't answer. I realized then that she had grown up believing exactly that. Silence kept her safe. Absorbing kept her included. Humor softened humiliation enough to survive it. Breaking that pattern feels like betrayal to people who depended on it. When we left, my sister hugged me, a little stiffly. I wasn't trying to be cruel, she said. I know, I said again, and I meant it. But knowing intention doesn't erase impact. In the car, my son asked, "Do I need more help than other kids?" There it was, the real aftermath. Everyone needs help, I said. Some people just pretend they don't. He nodded slowly, processing, then looked out the window. I don't know if the tension will linger at the next gathering. It probably will. There may be quieter conversations without me. There may be subtle recalibrations of where I stand, but something changed, not because I embarrassed her, because I didn't absorb it. For the first time, the joke didn't land and disappear. It was held in the light long enough for everyone to see its shape. There was no celebration, no dramatic reconciliation, just a subtle rearranging of gravity. And when I think back on the afternoon, what stays with me isn't my sister stopping mid, but it's my son starting again.